Gary recorded his monthly income and expenses, categorize each item as fixed or variable, and income or expense. So marathon entry fee, that's an example of a variable expense. Car insurance, this is more than likely a fixed expense because you generally pay either month to month or year to year. In this case, $180 looks like a monthly payment to me, and that you should expect that to be the same each month. Selling an old bike is an example of a variable income. Groceries are, this gets tricky. This can actually be fixed or variable depending on how consistent your grocery bill is, and it's an expense. For a lot of people, the grocery bill can go between, it might hover around the same amount, but it can get pretty different from one month to the next, depending on if your eating habits change, etc. Gas is another one that's like that. You might expect some consistency if you're driving to work every day. You have that expected gas price in there, but gas prices can go up and down, and maybe you go on a road trip on up island and that requires a lot more gas. So that can be either, but probably more variable, I would say, more variable, and it's an expense. Birthday gift from the parents is definitely a variable income. Cell phone bill, this is a fixed expense. Paychecks, that's probably a fixed income depending on how regular your hours are, but it could be variable if you have irregular hours. Computer loan payment, this would be a fixed expense because you're paying the same payment each month for the computer, for the loan you took out on the computer. Yard work for your grandparents, you might do this month to month, but this is probably more likely to me a variable expense, or sorry, a variable income. Also, just do the yard work for your grandparents for free. It's just a nice thing for you to do as a grandkid. Earthquake relief donation, this is a variable expense. And restaurants, this is another common variable expense.